I started learning how to crochet from my grandmother when I was really little. I feel like the boundaries are limitless. You can crochet on anything as long as you have a loops. It's just a series of loops. So you can crochet and then crochet into itself. You can make larger forms. You don't have to just follow a pattern. I work with a lot of different materials. Some of my favorites are yarn, paracord, rope, recycled plastic bags, secondhand textiles. I love to work with plaster as well, sculpturally. A lot of times when I start a project, I'll have an initial idea and I can kind of visualize exactly what I want it to look like. And I feel like if I'm able to achieve that perfectly, it's less interesting. I see my process as very much a collaboration with the material. So a lot of times the different patterns that will come up in pieces are a side effect of the material almost, either that or the technique that I'm using. So weaving has a very specific pattern, crochet creates a pattern. Sometimes I will use color to do pattern. Layering and color play into my work in a lot of different ways. I like to use a lot of bright colors, different colors together. That can really draw in the audience, especially when using unconventional materials. If someone just sees trash, they may keep walking and not really look at it, but if it's trash but it's beautiful colors, it kind of draws people in. Texture and layering adds a lot of depth to a piece. My favorite pieces are ones that you just really want to touch. That brings in the viewer, being drawn into how it's made or the materials. I think those are all things that really enrich that experience of looking at work. At McColl Center, I've started working with these structural stitch shapes. I was really interested in taking my fiber and textile works and kind of blowing them up, increasing the scale, bringing them into three-dimensional space. I really am exploring enlarging these textures and processes and what that does to the work and the audience's perception of it, as well as something with fibers I really love, but they don't really lend themselves to being outside in the elements. So I'm experimenting with other materials, whether that's plaster, 3D printing, different ways to create the same effect and bring fibers out into the real world and outside and into other people's lives in a way that they maybe haven't before.